You know, I've been disappointed by a lot of games over the years, and I'll probably be disappointed with a lot more, but there's one game that blows the rest out of the water, which is Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii. Now, to understand why this game was such a letdown, we'll have to go back a few years. When I was little, I bought Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64 and I loved it. Even though there was no adventure to go on like the handheld games, it was incredible to see your Pokemon fight in 3D after only being able to watch them on a small Game Boy screen. About a year later, Pokemon Stadium 2 was released with even more features and access to second generation Pokemon. While these games may just seem like cash-ins on Pokemon's success, they were fun and offered a lot of features that extended the life of the Game Boy games. So when I was little, I hoped to see a third installment on the GameCube, but it never was released. While Pokemon Colosseum and XT were fun, they revolved around a single-player campaign, while Pokemon Stadium made your television a hub for the handheld versions. So it's no surprise that I was excited when Pokemon Battle Revolution was announced for the Wii. This game was publicized to be the unofficial Pokemon Stadium 3. After months of reading updates and watching previews, I finally had my own copy, and boy was I disappointed. The first problem I encountered in Pokemon Battle Revolution were the Pokemon themselves. You see, in Pokemon Stadium you were able to rent out any Pokemon you wanted. This was great if you felt like trying out a different Pokemon, or if you had a friend over that didn't have a Pokemon game but still wanted to play. But in Pokemon Battle Revolution they scratched that idea, in favor of letting you select from 2 sets of 6 mediocre predetermined Pokemon. So if you want to pick your Pokemon, you have to have a DS version, and if you don't, this game becomes completely worthless just from that. The next problem are the Wi-Fi battles. Pokemon Battle Revolution was advertised as the first online game for the Nintendo Wii, and I'm not surprised by that at all. There are 2 options in the online mode, battle a friend or battle a random person. That's it. There's no leaderboards, rankings, or any other basic online functionalities you'd expect. And even the random Wi-Fi battle system is broken. The problem is that when you want to battle someone, you have to select what Coliseum you want to play in and if you want a single or double battle. The problem with this is that you have to wait for another person to pick the same exact Coliseum and battle type as you to start a match with them. I remember even back in the first month the game was out, I had to wait close to 5 minutes for a battle, and when I finally found one, it was usually just a kid with one of the Pokemon sets that the game provides to you. This could have easily been resolved if the game allowed you to see who's waiting for a challenger, plus a ranking system so that experienced players don't fight against beginners. While these first 2 flaws hinder your experience by themselves, the worst thing about this game is the selection of game modes. You remember how in Pokemon Stadium you could play your handheld Pokemon games on your television? Yeah, well you can't do that here. Do you remember those fun 4-player minigames that Pokemon Stadium had? Well, Battle Revolution doesn't have those either. If you don't include the basic fighting mode and broken Wi-Fi, the only thing we have here is a Coliseum mode where you can fight against some trainers. Then go to a different Coliseum where you can fight against some different trainers and so on. The main reward you get for this repetitious fighting is money that can be used to buy items that customize your trainer. But they don't even show you what the item looks like until after you buy it. Pokemon Battle Revolution obviously didn't have that much work put into it. While some other Pokemon spin-off games aren't that great, at least I could commend them on trying something different. This game follows the same formula as a game made 7 years before it on the Nintendo 64 and it still fails miserably. I really hope that Nintendo makes a proper Pokemon Stadium 3 for the Wii U, but until then, I'll stick with the originals. So that's my pick for the most disappointing game of all time, and if you have a game that you are really excited about, then it let you down, please feel free to leave a comment below. So thanks for watching.